do this.
Say it. So tired. I think we stayed up too late last night. All right, let's go. This is for the donuts last night.
I only had three little donuts. But then I drank the caramel sauce.
17, 18, 19, 20.
Got up early this morning, like 5:30. We went to bed too late last night, so I think I got like 4.5 hours of sleep. I'm not feeling it yet, but I think it's gonna catch up to me in an hour or two. The dining room table is a mess. It really disorients me, and it's hard for me to think, what do I need to be doing right now? But I've had to learn to ignore it.
All right, we got cold eggs here. At lunch today, I went out with a friend to apologize for kind of some judgmental and shameful attitudes I had really from like 4 or 5 years ago. I went to him and was talking to him about the way his wife was dressed because it was I felt it was inappropriate at the time, and I was trying to help, but now we don't believe that anymore in that exact way, that that's my responsibility or duty to go and talk to people. And one of the best things I know to do when we change is to see who was impacted by our old belief system and to apologize and try and make it right. It's a little hard, but I think it really is what shows how powerful change is. So I'm glad I did it. But right now, it's time for Q&A.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Heather Q asks, since y'all live in a small town and presumably see the same people over and over, how do people respond to you guys? Are people supportive, friendly? Do they think you're freaks with your big ass camera? Do people watch the vlog? Is it weird meeting people who watch? Is it weird for the kids? Pretend that's one question. I think people are really friendly here. We come from Seattle, so when people see a lot of our kids, like, I don't feel like I get like judgmental stares. I do think people don't know how to figure us out completely when we're like running as a family.
Our neighbor hates us, we think.
Well, I put her in a different category.
She reported us to the city. The health inspector showed up this week saying there's all these complaints. We get told also by other neighbors that there's rumors that we're a terrorist, that we won the lottery, and that we're starting a cult. Okay, Matt Chandler asks, recommended first steps and or resources for dads attempting to learn how to lead their family spiritually. Asking for a friend. There's one main resource I would recommend to you guys. It's this vlog called Fight for Together. You know, I actually don't know. I can tell you what was the largest thing that helped me. It was actually 7 years ago. I was sitting in this field and I was really asking God, if he wants everything of mine, what does that look like? And it was the first time, instead of just like giving things up, like, oh, stop listening to this type of music or stop saying this type of stuff, I felt like he was asking me to take on something. And it was to own the responsibility of being a father. And for some reason, I just looked at the family from that point on, and I looked at it the way a captain of a ship sees this ship and the people on the ship. And it's just like, if it goes down, it's on you. And in the positive way, I guess, if it's going well, it's on you. And it's not like I own it, but I think that's what responsibility means. So back then, Cammie had all these struggles and difficulties, and I was like, that's your problem. That's how I thought of it back then. But now, I think, oh, if there's something like on our property or in our household or with one of our children that's going on, it's my problem. I need to, on some level, be responsible before God. Just like a CEO would think of a business, you know, if you have someone, this isn't like a new thought, I guess is what I'm saying. We have this thought in other areas of our life. I just had never thought about that with family. I think I had thought, oh, that's like the pastor's responsibility or the youth pastor's responsibility.
Find other families that you want to emulate and get to know them, spend time with them. Sarah B asks, can you explain how and at what age you transition from no-nos and flicks to sitting on the steps, timeout? Does it vary by child? Does it depend on what they've done? What's your philosophy about how and when to transition away from corporal punishment?
As quickly as possible. For me, I really enjoy children maturing and growing up. And I don't want to be using methods for a 2-year-old on a 5-year-old. I think there's probably better methods for a 5-year-old. Yeah, you're right in even how you phrase the question. It's totally different for every child. Boys and girls, different personalities. It really, for us, is just whatever works. Whatever we think is in our child's best interest to help them learn the best. That's the question we're asking. So as soon as we think that they're ready to move on from the simple way, I want to jump on that.
Red Rock 187 asks, how will you respond if any of your kids don't want to live in the houses you have bought them or in your area and they want to move away?
I think there could be some disappointment, but really it's totally up to them. One of the goals with the houses and our lifestyle and strategy is to try and make it as appealing as possible and to win them over by making it a place where they want to be. But if they have something better, I hope they choose it.
Frazzled Grace asks what our philosophy is behind doctor appointments, vaccinations, and antibiotics.
The medicine culture in America is not necessarily for life. It's actually more deals with symptom mitigation and management. And it definitely has its place, but it's not like, we don't view it as necessary. We don't view it as necessarily good or required. Sometimes we're thankful for it. I don't see it as evil either. I think you just need to know what it is.
I feel like some people treat it like you go to church, like you need to go to church every week to kind of check off this box, and we just don't have that need to do that with doctors.
Joseph Campbell has this book called Mythology, and he talks about how in every mythology throughout ancient history there's a witch doctor or a shaman, and this person does this like spiritual stuff that brings peace of mind to the villagers. When I think about like what medicine represents in America, it is much more like a religion than, you know, people claim it's like science, but it's like there's crazy stuff there in terms of how much peace of mind we try and get from it. And to me that actually is a little bit scary in terms of faith, because we believe our peace of mind doesn't come from any doctor, person, technology. And we've got more reactions from people based upon how we view medicine than I think a lot of almost other things. Like people are more shocked or even offended if you don't do things like this way that everyone agrees is super good in America.
Adam and Joy Plus 7 asks, do your kids ever go to VBS, Vacation Bible School? And what are your views on these sorts of programs that some churches run?
Back in the day, I saw it as like free childcare, and I was like, we should sign our kids up for one of these every week so we don't have to see them all summer. Now, those things make me pretty nervous.
I think if you don't feel like confident as parents to give your kids spiritual nourishment, that would be something you would gravitate towards. Or you don't see it as your job, like it's the church's job.
But that's kind of what we're trying to push back against, is if you're a mom and dad, you are equipped to help educate or inspire your kids towards knowing God. And even the Bible.
You can start wherever you're at and go that direction.
But Vacation Bible School makes me a little bit nervous because my experience with it, and I went to as a kid, is you memorize verses, you sing these songs. It's just like religion and religious culture. You know, it's like teaching you how to be good and don't steal and obey and invite other kids and tell people about Jesus. And I'm really leery of things that are just not gospel oriented. And when I say gospel, I mean like really the good news that Jesus loves you, not trying to make you a better person. And most Vacation Bible School geared towards kids, it's really just this almost anti-gospel religion is my experience with it.
Morality training.
Yeah, it's just morality school. And I don't want my kids going to morality school, actually. Stephanie Dev 121 asks, for Cami, how do you relax for Shabbat with young kids? We have a 2 and a 1-year-old, and I'm pregnant. I don't know how to rest when their needs don't change. I would still be cooking, changing diapers, and all the baby tasks.
I could maybe give you practical advice, but I actually don't think that's super helpful. I mean, I think it's more helpful just to say that it's this internal thing that you're probably going to be struggling with and growing in if you want to, of like putting your rest in God and what He's done for you. And that day is like a remembrance of that. And if you can do some things practically to help you remember that, I think that's great, but it's not required.
Can I give some practical advice?
Yeah.
Even though I'm not Cami. Is get nice foods. You know, get some foods that don't require a lot of prep that you really look forward to, and maybe the kids will look forward to. You know, get them like TV dinners or Lunchables or something that's like fun or memorable. I guess 2 and 1-year-old, they don't like look forward to a whole lot, but berries or fruit,
but maybe for
or popsicles.
You.
Yeah, or things for yourself.
That
it's going to take a little bit of extra money and a little bit of extra prep, but you'll be teaching yourself and them, hey, there's something special about this day.
And really, you're just giving yourself more grace on that day, because it's like a remembrance of the grace that we have every single day. It's been a long day. We're heading out on our date now.
Yes.
This is very fresh.
Thank you.
I'm pretty content right now with my pretzels and beer cheese, my cigar, and I can't do this.
Say it. Say
my man.
Come on, come on. Oh, that was like really intense. I kind of just wanted to relax with you.
Yeah, this wasn't a relaxing movie, but I liked it.